Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's tutorial. I'm going to be running through the process involved in actually setting up our iPad application, working within Unity to lay out our different screens and our different scenes, again working to an iPad or an Apple standard for our project here. Okay, so I've just opened up Unity and I'm now going to rename my project. This is going to be called iPad AR App. Okay, iPad AR app, just like so. And again, I'm saving mine actually into my Unity folder on the desktop, this one over here. Okay, I'm actually going to click and select the 2D button for this one to start off with and create the project. So Unity will now build and create the folder that we just selected, the AR app, okay, iPad AR app, as well as obviously create our project. And when that's loaded up, we'll be able to make a start on setting up our multiple scenes and screens for our application. Okay, so here we are with Unity now open with our project in there. And one of the first things we need to do is create our various folders to work with for our project. Okay, so right-clicking, choosing Create in the Assets panel there. We're going to make a folder, and just like we've done previously, we're going to call this one Scenes. Then going to make another folder, call this one Scripts, and repeat this process for several other folders. So Sprites, Audio, Animations, and Images. Okay, so scenes we've used before. We're in fact going to save our current scene into that. So I'm going to choose File, say Scene As, drop down the arrow here, and you can see exactly where my images are saving, my scenes are saving, I should say. So I'm an Assets folder, find my Scenes folder, and here I'm actually going to work with a specific scene of the iPad. Okay, so remember we have our main menu screen, we have our library screen, and our AR camera screen. They're the three screens we've designed as per our wireframes and our layout. Okay, so I'm going to call my scene one of these screens. So I'm going to call this main screen, like so, main screen, and click Save, just like so. So just to actually get our project set up here, within my main screen scene file, I'm going to make sure that I'm viewing the correct information. So if I go up to File, I choose Build Settings, I want to make sure that I'm actually developing this correctly for the iPad. Okay, you can see by default, we've looked at this previously, but you can see by default the Unity icon here is next to the PC, Mac and Linux option. We want it next to iOS. Okay, so what we need to do is select iOS and click Switch Platform. And that will adjust that little icon so it's next to it, so that we know that we're building for the right platform. Okay, what we can then do as well is go down to our player settings, click on that button, and on the right hand side here you'll see a range of information appear. Now we'll come back to this when we're publishing our application in particular, but if you want to have a click through, you can see it talks about resolution, icons for the iPad or iPhone, splash images, debugging, all this kind of content here. Don't worry about that too much, but I just wanted to point it out. Okay, what we're then going to do is just close this for the moment. Okay, so what we've done is again developed and chosen for the Apple iOS platform our build settings here. So something else we can also do is if we click into our Game tab, you can see it might be set there by default, but we might need to change it if not. The actual settings we can work with for our platform. If you click this tab at the top there, you might have it set to free aspect by default. You can also click on that button and choose from a range of other project settings. So iPhones, tall, wide, or horizontal, vertical, all the way down to iPad. Okay, so iPad wide 4.3 is probably the one that we're going to work in for this. Okay, so iPad 4.3 compared to tall, which is obviously a vertical orientation. Okay, so just that's within our game scene here. If you're wondering, that's just a good place to view for our iPad settings. Going back into our scene, you'll see that our camera is now resized to also match that. I'm just going to save my scene and save my project. And now we can start to organize some of the key content on our screen here.